Welcome back to SpeterTV, and I have a problem. As I said in one of my last videos, there's just a whole bunch of shows that I haven't seen. Maybe I've seen 1 or 2 episodes, but I just never was able to get into them. And most of these shows have one thing in common. They were on Cartoon Network. See, when I was a kid, I used to love Cartoon Network just as much as Nickelodeon and Disney Channel, which were pretty much my main cartoon channels back then. And maybe Toon Disney too, but I can't remember if we had that or just my grandma. But Cartoon Network played a whole bunch of my favorite shows. And that's from Batman the Animated Series, to Johnny Bravo, to Dexter's Lab, to Codename Kids Next Door, to Looney Tunes, to Tom and Jerry, to the Flintstones, to the Jetsons, to Powerpuff Girls. You get the point. I really loved this channel. It had old cartoons, new cartoons, cartoons my parents liked and even grew up with. It had a really wide range, and even as a 6-year-old or whatever, I really appreciated that. And that was what kept me coming back. But in June of 2009, a 14-and-a-half-year-old, soon-to-be high school freshman Speter turned on the TV and checked out this new programming block on Cartoon Network. Now this programming block would go on to live in infamy for years and years and It's CNReal. CNReal, you probably remember it. It's been highly discussed and complained about on the interwebs. I'm not here to just complain about it right now. I'm just here to tell a story. Pretty much everybody agrees that it was terrible. I agree that it was terrible. It was terrible. And while I don't outright hate Cartoon Network for trying something new, even if it doesn't make sense to me when your name is Cartoon Network to go into live action, you gotta try new things. It probably could have worked if the shows were better, but they weren't. And the whole block just seemed to bring the whole channel down. And I just sort of tuned out. I just stopped caring about Cartoon Network. And so the next year, when Adventure Time and Regular Show premiered, I didn't see them. I wasn't really watching the channel, and I really didn't care too much. The shows were on probably for years before I ever checked out an episode. It is not because of resentment or whatever, I just was out of the habit of going to Cartoon Network. It felt foreign to me. I just couldn't do it. It's hard to explain. A little while later, I would end up catching some episodes of Gumball before school, and I actually really liked it. But I still never really got around to checking it out more fully until this year, actually. And since this video is coming out so late in the year, that would be 2017. And by the time I got around to trying to finally check out some of the shows that I'd missed, they'd already been drowned out in the era of non-stop Teen Titans Go. And while I don't like Teen Titans Go, it would have been just as much of a problem if they had played, say, Teen Titans that often. Because I was looking to catch up a little bit on a variety of shows, and there were really 1.5 available. So even the shows that do come on now, like Gumball and OKKO, that I've decided that I do like and want to watch, it's hard for me to just turn on Cartoon Network and keep it on. That's largely out of habit still, but it's also because it seems like every time I turn it on, Teen Titans Go comes on 5 minutes later. And I don't hate Teen Titans Go, like with a passion or something, but I don't want to watch it, especially not as often as it's on. And I know I'm not the target audience anymore, I'm kinda 23, and that's what Boomerang's for, right? Well, for one, I don't even have Boomerang. 2, all I see when I go to see what's on there is the current Powerpuff Girls reboot. Guess it's not all coming back to me anymore. But yeah, I don't really have a conclusion to this. I don't know how to end this. It's sort of an ongoing problem, but it's not a problem I care that much about. But there's just some shows that I want to watch, and it's just hard. I still watch shows on TV. I don't really have Netflix or anything like that. I don't know. This isn't like a rant or something. I guess it's just story time with Speter. Why are the lawn people so loud? What is this? They've never seemed that loud before.